Okay, so here's the deal. We want to go for a world conquest and one fate run. And we want to make the final stretch as easy as possible. That means we're not only aiming to stack 90% admin efficiency, 80% CCR and 60 to 70% province war score cost reduction, which we will be doing, but it also means we want to stack siege buffs. And by siege buffs, I mean siege ability, artillery levels available versus fort, and general siege pips. This is for the obvious purpose of making sieges as quick as possible and wars as quick as possible too. And two main points here, we will be forming Netherlands and the Commonwealth, nations with two pretty unique, actually unique and very strong siege buffs, which I will show. And we will be starting as Austria. Not only because Austria is one of the strongest nations for world conquest, probably the best nation to form the HRE tag, but also Austria is in a uniquely good position to form both of our targets. I will repeat, Netherlands and the Commonwealth. This is due to the Austrian mission tree and because of its position in the HRE. Now, what do we want from our start? The first thing we want is to make sure that Burgundy is at least neutral to us at the start, because we want to Royal Marry and ally Burgundy, and we want to get the PU on them later. And let's see. Burgundy is friendly with us, we can continue the run. And we just got the news. Poland got the Varna event, and in that event they chose the option we need a Jagiellon. If they chose otherwise, I would burn this and keep rerolling until they go with this option. Because this option means that Lithuania will now be a junior partner under Poland in a personal union, and once we PU Poland, we'll also get Lithuania along with them, and it will be very easy to form the Commonwealth later. One of the provinces needed to form Netherlands is Utrecht. I just had to fight France for it, but that's not a problem. The only province I'm missing at this point is Gelre, which I will get once I pass Revoke and annex the country of Gelre. So now that I have unlocked the fourth idea group slot, it is time to talk about ideas. So obviously I opened with the World Conquest Essentials, and that means diplomatic, religious and admin. And now the foundation of our siege stack is going to be offensive ideas, which give 20% siege ability. And now offensive has two very nice policies. And that is the policy with infrastructure for 2 artillery levels available versus fort, and with innovative for 1 leader siege and 10% siege ability. So my fifth idea group would be infrastructure. The sixth idea group will have to be humanist, because at that time I will start blobbing and I will need that tolerance, unrest reduction, etc., separatism reduction. And the seventh idea group will be innovative. Now, I said at the beginning that I won't be doing weird things, almost won't be doing them, because, well, yes, we will be taking Inno, but that's Inno at a later point where we will actually be able to make use of the free policies, so I guess this can be excused. Dash Ideas gives each ability, but it's only 10%, and while you have landfire damage, you lack discipline here. I'm only really taking those ideas for a moment for the naval buffs, like Naval Leader Fire +2, and where was that thing? And Naval Force Limit +50%. That is in order to beat Great Britain and PU them. And then once I switch over to most likely Sardinia Piedmont, I will take some ideas that give discipline instead. When building the flagship, it is important to pick mortars. This will make it easier to siege coastal provinces. The mission itself is trivial. All you need to do is to have some army, artillery, army tradition, siege ability, which we did get from offensive ideas, and from now on I get plus 5% siege ability from every level of the Fort Defense Advisor. In the end game, that will mean plus 25% siege ability. In the end, I formed the United Crowns and decided to keep the United Crowns ideas, because they're pretty nice if you look at it. 10% land fire damage, 5% discipline, 20% goods produced, plus 2 naval leader fire, plus 10% siege ability. I will be keeping these ideas until I form the HRE. But that's not why I'm stopping. I'm stopping here because I have finally integrated Poland, reformed it, and now I'm ready to form Commonwealth. We're slowly going through the mission tree. The reward we're interested in is here, at the very bottom. And something I forgot to mention is that on government reforms tier 8, we go with Embrace Free Trade. This allows to use the Improve Inland Routes trading policy anywhere without having to actually have the trade power, and that trade policy gives us plus 10% siege ability and plus 1 artillery level available versus fort. With everything done, we can claim the reward. At maximum power, military hegemony gives plus 20% siege ability, 100% army professionalism gives further 20%, and 100 army tradition gives 5%, for a total of 45%. In the Age of Revolutions, we get an age ability that gives plus 3 artillery levels available versus fort. And now, for a test, let's invade Korea and see how quickly can we full annex them. It's January the 1st. Let's go. First siege won in 18 days. Siege number 2, 33 days. Siege number 3, 28 days. Siege number 4, 15 days. Siege number 5, 18 days. Siege number 6, 14 days. Siege number 8, 11 days. Korea full annexed in half a year. And we should probably also talk about our conquest modifiers, that is administrative efficiency, core creation cost reduction, and province war score cost reduction. In terms of admin efficiency, we're at the maximum admin efficiency 90%, and we get 30% from technology, 30% from 100 absolutism, 5% from HRE ideas, 5% from Sardinia Piedmont ideas, 5% from the German Confederation modifier from Prussian missions, 2.5% from the political absolutism reform, 5% from the Alhambra monument, and the remaining 7.5% we get from the increased maximum effect of absolutism, which we have 40%, 10% from Prussian missions and 30% from HRE missions. And the thing is, we don't even actually need to go all the way up to 40%. All we need to get to is 125 absolutism, and that is just 7.5% admin efficiency above the 100 absolutism, and that is enough. In terms of CCR, we are also at the cap. The cap is 80%, and we have 10% from the HRE reform, 20% from the HRE ideas, 25% from admin ideas, and the remaining 25% we get from HRE missions. One mission gives plus 5% unconditionally, and the other mission unlocks a ruler personality that gives 20%. In terms of province war score cost reduction versus other religions, we have 65%. 20% from diplomatic ideas, 10% from military hegemony, 15% from the Malta monument, 5% from the divine rights reform, and 5% from the court religious policy. And also 10% from the HRE missions. World conquest complete in 1771. Total casualties 1.68 million.